Mangwanani.
Masperase.
Makadini.
We are the Katiyos. Today we'll be answering a question that we got, which was how did we know we had found the right person or the person we wanted to marry?
That is a very, very good question. Ladies first.
You don't want to go first? I want to hear what you have to say.
No, you go first.
I'll tweak my answer according to yours.
You can't be tweaking my answer. You're meant to answer from your heart. This is not... Are you copying? Are you one of those kids who were copying people in high school?
Okay, all
You
right.
probably copied the other guy's name.
People copied me, first of all.
Tell us.
For me, there are a few factors that contributed to how I knew he was the one. First of all, I always really wanted someone who has a genuine relationship with Christ and loves Christ and is a genuine Christian, not just a Christian by title or anything like that. And from what I could see, brother here, you know, he lived a pretty holy, decent life.
I was a gangster.
He, you know, respected God, respected the church and things like that. Secondly, I really wanted someone that I could get along with. And Farai and I were really, really good friends.
Then why did you say I'm not your mate?
You're my best friend, but you're not my mate. So we're not going to be watching Bora and Kikiki and punching each other, yeah? So Farai and I, or we still do, get along quite well, and we got along quite well from the beginning, quite swimmingly. So that was another factor for me. But one of the main reasons for me was just how much he played a big impact in my life from the get-go. So I became very comfortable with Farai in terms of like emotionally. We talked as friends and things like that, and it seemed like whatever it was that I told him, he would just sort of take it and be like, okay, cool, and move on from there. So he never judged me, he never ridiculed me. To this day, I don't think he's ever told anyone any of the stuff that I spoke to him in confidentiality. I would hope, but that was the major thing for me, that I was like, wow, this person knows every single part of me. They know my faults, they know everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, and he still, you know, wants to talk to me. He's still so, should we say mesmerized? He's still so mesmerized by me. So that was, for me, the biggest part was that he accepted me as I was, and he accepted me he accepted me faults and all. And there's not a lot of people like that in the world. And to be with someone who hasn't really forgiven your past or isn't accepting of who you are and what you bring into the relationship, baggage and all, is really difficult. And I think Farai took all my baggage as his own, and he made sure that...
So I've got a sore back.
You don't have a sore back. He made sure that, you know, it was okay in the relationship and I felt safe. That's how I knew he was the one.
Okay.
Oh, and also, sorry to cut you off there. Also, I did pray about him very early on in our relationship, and I did say to God, if it's not meant to be, please cancel it, end it. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want him in my life. Just remove him, you know, in a nice way. Just remove him. And since that prayer, he has not been removed. He's still here. And now he's my husband. So I think that's another sign for me.
Okay. Can I talk now?
Yes, go ahead.
I think when I met her, I wasn't really at a point in time when I was looking for something like that. I think that's probably why we were friends for quite some time, because I wasn't looking for a significant other. But I would say, how did I know? Okay, I think number one, I remember I would pray and say, I want someone who is strong. I would pray for a few things, but I'm going to share one. I want someone who's strong in the areas that I'm weak in. And through our friendship, God started to open my eyes, and I started to see, hang on, she's good at this, she's good at this. For example, I wasn't much of a giver in church at all. And I remember her just starting to notice that she's giving, large sums of money. There was a time when I wasn't even that close with her, and I was doing like a sort of an outreach concert so we can share the gospel. And she gave quite a large sum of money into that concert, and I was quite blown away that someone would give so much money in church and even to this thing I was doing. And at that time, she was barely working. I started to see that she's very calm, whereas sometimes I cannot be very calm. I started to see that she's very patient, whereas sometimes I'm not very patient, and things like that. I think that's the first sort of thing that I started to notice. I started to see different things that she's good at that are clearly areas of weakness in my life. Number two, very early on in the relationship, I took her to meet my family. I think family is a good indicator. Obviously, sometimes maybe your family might oppose to the person you want to be with, maybe because of religious reasons, this and that. It's not always as easy as it was for me, but I think it's always good to have someone, right, who can give you advice on your significant other. Because my family is not Gugu Gaga over here. My family is not mesmerized, as she said. So they can give a clear judgment. So I took her to meet my parents, and they were very, very happy with her. Very, very happy with her, which is something I considered significantly. Number three, I suppose I was also attracted to her. She's a very beautiful girl. I love the natural hair. I love the smile. And I just loved her personality and her demeanor. I would say, those are the three main signs or reasons I knew that she was the one. I started to see what I was praying for starting to show in her. I started to, my family approved of her, and of course there was an attraction to her personality and to her looks. That's all I have to say. Anything else to add?
So you thought I was pretty, huh?
Anything else meaningful to add?
No, I don't have anything else meaningful to add. For me, I think it seems like both of ours were sort of, one of the key factors was prayer.
Yeah, I think you also forgot something.
What?
And I hope she's watching. My guru. There's a time when she was unsure about me, and it was a sister who talked some sense into her.
She didn't talk some sense into me. I think it's one of those, I guess, we'll say for me is having someone that you spoke to or communicate with. Similar to
she thought I was too old.
I didn't think you were too old.
I said it.
No, I didn't think he was too old. I just thought he was older than me. So obviously that's another factor to take into consideration. Because at the time I was what? 17, 18? 19 or something, and Farai was 23, so I would have been 19. So I was just finishing high school and things like that. So it's a tricky time getting into a relationship with an older guy and stuff like that. And all the guys, some have bad intentions and things like that. So I did speak to my sister one night after we came back from like a date from Nando's, of course. And I was like to her, you know, I like him, we get along, you know, things like that. And I was like, but I'm not sure, he's older than me at the same time. I don't think I'm ready to be in a relationship because, you know, I'm just not ready. And she was like, I think you should go for it. He seems like a nice guy. Yeah, go for it. So I did. Well, I didn't. He's the one. But I opened up to him a bit more and I gave him that leeway to, you know.
Sister-in-law.
Yeah, so those are my 4. Those are Farai's 3.
I think you had like 10 reasons, but
May.
thank you guys. We hope you enjoyed this video. We hope it'll be beneficial, and really do take your time. Don't rush into relationships. Really take your time because it's a big investment. You don't want to waste your time with someone.
Yeah.
Those are years.
Money.
That's money. That's emotional energy that you cannot get back. We hope you have enjoyed this video and thank you for watching, and we really hope that this content is enriching someone. Take care. Goodbye. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good night. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna kiss people today.
I actually wanted to say, if you have any other topics you would like us to discuss and things you would like us to touch on, comment down below, let us know, DM us, email, whatever, and we'll be happy to speak about whatever it is you guys would like us to talk about.
Oh, also, we're gonna have guests because there's a lot of topics that we want to discuss, and some people know better than us. But it's just that we're in lockdown right now, so we can't really meet those people. But honestly, there'll be guests, and we're just gonna dig deeper and deeper into very intricate stuff that we all struggle with, or have struggled with.
Yeah.
How many times are we gonna say bye?
Bye bye.